Everyone, this is Aquayard here, just giving you an update on all things going on in my basement. This is my 55 gallon and I have some new additions, changed some things around, so I'm just giving you a quick update on it. Right away you'll notice I have some Gouramis swimming around here. Went to my local store and I picked up some honey Gouramis, and they seem to be doing really well. I got 2 males and 1 female, and then I think the third right in the middle here might not be a honey gourami after I've been looking at it. It's much thicker in the stomach, its head's a little bit different, and its anal fin and stomach kind of have a bigger dent in it. So I think that might not be a true honey gourami. If it is, it's probably a really poor quality one. But here's one of the males. He's actually been coloring up since I brought him home. You see the black markings on its side of its face and its stomach. And then here's the female right here, a little tiny one in the back. And then the other male back there. So 2 males, 1 female, and then I think it's probably a dwarf thick lip gourami hanging out right here. If you know better than I do, let me know. The red dragon half moon guppy that you're used to seeing in the bucket, I moved it in here. Its female counterpart died. I'm not too sure why. I've been testing I tested the water, did water changes. I didn't find anything wrong with the water parameters, but something happened. So hopefully it was just a bad guppy. I did order a new trio of red dragon half moons. Here's one of the females here. I'll try and get a focus shot. It does have a slight hump on its back, and I can't tell if that's scoliosis, tuberculosis. Hopefully it's not tuberculosis, that would be really bad, but I did reach out to the company that sold me this guppy, and I'm waiting to hear back if it's if they think it's okay, because I do want to breed these, and I don't want to breed a really bad quality guppy. So you can kind of see there's a little tiny bit of a hump on it right there. And then I'll show you the other guppies in a moment. I did add a Bristlenose Pleco. You can see it down there at the bottom on the substrate. Despite having, 30 something snails and a bunch of shrimp, I am still getting algae marks on the tank, which it might be a little blurry, but you can see there's brownish marks all over the glass. There's another one there in the center shot. So I got that guy to help out with that, and so far that's been fine. I did move some of the Java moss around. I shoved a clump of it in here in between the rocks for a little shrimp hideout. And then I shoved some under the driftwood. And then this one was shoved under driftwood too, but I think the Pleco or something kicked it out. But I do see the baby shrimp in there hanging out, so that seems to be working really well. And the Java fern's doing great. As you can see, it's sprouting, or whatever the technical term for it is there. But that's looking really healthy. I'm pretty happy with that. And the snails absolutely love the driftwood. You can see a juvenile right in the center there, hanging out. And the more I look, the more I find them. They're all over the driftwood, so that's been working out really well. I moved the cholla wood over here, and the shrimp have been taking a real liking to it. In fact, the snails like to go in there too, the little baby snails. So I moved this in between the sponge filter and the driftwood just to give some safe passage, I guess, when they're passing through. And the Anubias petite's still over here in the rocks. That's doing just fine. And then my pothos plant, as you can see, the roots are starting to take off pretty well. I'm really happy with that. The plant itself looks pretty much the same, but the roots are growing quite a bit each day, so that's doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. And then I got a piece of guppy grass up here. It's just kind of hanging out. That came with my original pair of red dragon half moons. I'm just waiting to see if that's going to grow out or not. That's a pretty small chunk, so I don't have high hopes, but it would be really cool if it did. So I think that's it for the 55. New fish, move some fish, more snails every day, shrimp, and move some things around. So that's going really well. Doing water changes about once a week, Fridays. Okay, so here's the bucket. I have a new pair Red Dragon Half Moons. I'll see if I can scoop the male, get a look at him, because this guy's pretty sharp looking. Yeah, look at that tail, looks pretty nice, and there's a nice blue sheen on the body. And the company I bought this from, they said the females would be young, I think 2.5 to 3.5 months is what their website said. And I don't see anything really exciting on the colors of these, but I'm hoping that's just because they need to grow out a little bit more. The female that I lost looked really good, so I'm hoping these color up and their fins grow out some more. I did move some snails over here because I noticed there was a ton of leftover food on the floor, and I do siphon it out when I do water changes and all that, but I didn't want an ammonia spike or anything like that to harm the fish. So I moved over one adult snail, and then I have 4 juveniles. So you can see one directly behind the adult snail, and then there's 2, and there's one on the sponge filter, and there's one over here next to that rhizome there. So this bucket's doing just fine. I did drop in some PVC, I think I told you last video, but I'm hoping these guppies pair up and start reproducing. They say just throw them together and you'll have babies in no time, so we'll see how it goes. That's the update for now. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. This is AquaYard.